X here with another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. I'm demonstrating the power of persuasion here. So if you look at the bottom left, it says persuasion +7. That is actually the ability that controls buying and selling prices. I am here at the Githyanki Trader in the Crèche. Gloves of Dexterity. Cost 690 with that +7 persuasion. However, I'm leveling up. Now, after level 4 as a warlock, I switched to bard. And now I just hit level 3 as a bard, which opens up the specialization. I'm going with Valor because that will unlock medium armor proficiency for Will, as well as shield proficiency and combat inspiration. And then all martial weapon proficiencies. Now he's already proficient with the rapier, and he does get a specialized legendary, or either epic or legendary rapier later on. But what I'm doing right now is he gets 2 more expertise skills: performance and persuasion. All right, I'm good with that. So now I have a +10 persuasion.
Back so soon?
As you can see in the bottom left, persuasion +10. Those gauntlets of dexterity are now 600 even. What else does she have? Defender Flail, also a very nice item. It, especially if you're dual wielding. I did have a playthrough with an orc that was dual wielding, and I put this in the offhand to boost his. With the feat for dual wielding, you get a +1 to AC right there. And then with this item adding +1 to armor class, it was pretty much like having a shield. So it gave a +2 to armor class. So again, that Defender Flail is another very nice item to have. Knife of the Undermountain King. Reduce the number to roll a critical by 1. When you roll a 2 damage or less, re-roll the dice. So definitely a nice weapon to have for Starion or your rogue. This one, it does have a special ability you can use, just a +1 longsword. It is one of the very few, there's only a couple of longswords that have the finesse ability, which allows dexterity to be used instead of strength for combat bonuses. So here's another finesse longsword. I've never really used this. I really do not know what the benefit of having an invisible weapon is. But it's an invisible weapon. Whoopie-doo-dah. Okay, anyway. I've never really used this. It's good against spellcasters that are concentrating. Now this is, I guess, a good pair of boots for somebody that casts concentration spells, but it is medium armor. So that kind of counts Gale out. Or, you know, a wizard that only wears light armor. It does open up for Will, because now Will can use medium armor, having taken that Valor Bard specialization. Daredevil gloves. The proximity of ranged spells are treated as melee spells, so you do not get the disadvantage to your attack rolls by having this active. I think that is it for special items. Yeah. So there are several special items here at this merchant. I just bought the gloves of dexterity. So again, definitely not a merchant you want to not encounter. I'm going to try to sell as much alcohol as I can sell while it's still full value. At some point, merchants stop buying alcohol at full value. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So I'm still getting full value at this point. So I'm going to sell all the alcohol I can first. As you can see, I've got a lot of alcohol that's worth a lot. That's 108. Still getting full value. Awesome. I was able to sell all that alcohol at full value. That was a lot of money right there. Still getting full value. Now this cheap alcohol I'm not going to sell. I still need the punch drunk achievement for killing like 20 enemies while drunk, so I'm going to keep the rest of that alcohol. I've sold all the really valuable stuff. These are just +1 heavy crossbows, Githyanki crossbows. I've already got a few like special crossbow, heavy crossbows, so I really don't need these Githyanki crossbows or long swords. They're really just +1 items. Alright, so I've made quite a bit of money from this merchant, as well as bought the gloves of dexterity.
Watch your step.
Now I always save this one till last to kill. I go through the oh wait, Lazel's got all my money. I go through the Crèche room by room, killing all the Githyanki. So as I'm killing the Githyanki room by room, as long as they don't aggro any of the others, I can just keep coming back to this merchant, buying what I want to buy and selling her all the stuff from her own people I'm taking. It's a pretty fun endeavor, actually.
Not as bad as it could have.
Let's go ahead and shut this door. I'm going to put those gauntlets on. Again, this is why I started with the stats that I started with, an 8 strength, a 10 dex, and an 8 intelligence, because elixirs of giant strength, there's plenty of them to be had where you can always have a 21, and in Act 3 there's even a better one that gives you like 27 strength. So using the elixir I can always have a high strength. Gauntlets of dexterity, I now have an 18 dex, and then the crown that I'm wearing gives me a 17 intelligence, which I don't necessarily have to have that, but some of the skill checks that require intelligence, it's nice to have that little boost. So look at those stats. 21, 18, 15, 17, 18, 16. Wow. Anyway, moving on. I already did the Zaysk and unlocked the, again, make sure, if you didn't watch the previous episode, make sure that you use it with the character that is unlocking the parasites with. Whoever's using your parasites or has the most parasites, you want to make sure and have them sit in the Zaysk to unlock Awakened, which allows your illicit powers to be used as bonus actions. So I started in here, and then of course, after getting out of the Zaysk and talking to her, I went into turn-based to keep her from running away so I could kill her. Because if she gets away, she will alert the whole Crèche, and they'll turn hostile against you. Alright, so this is where I'm going to end this episode, and we will begin again in the next one, where we will clear this Crèche room by room. Thanks for watching. See you there.